was lost. In Austin, I saw it pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, wounds reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and rating the grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom, the truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark. It is Thursday, and we don't have a whole lot going on in the world of sports except for hockey. And, of course, we'll be talking to my guy, Ben Dillman. And we've got to come up with a thing for him for his hockey deal, and we got to get kindly to his wife to help him come up with something. But anyway, our guy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com is not going to make it today, but of course he did send his picks in. We will talk about that because he is leaving tomorrow to go see our boy out in the West Coast, J-Dub, and hang out with him for the weekend. And I told him I'm going to block him if he tries to come in tomorrow and do a Zoom via video, because we're not going to look at him on the damn beach while we're back here freezing our butts off. That's not happening. Just let him know I'm not accepting that. You can call in like you always do. We're not going to throw you in. Why don't you do it when you're in the city? Put on your deal then. No, you want to go and rub it in while the rest of us are freezing, and you can do our deal. So, with that being said, I want to welcome everybody. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's actually nice outside today, and I don't know if you got a chance to see the Thunder game last night. What a good game great game it was. Like I said on my show after the storm, the OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream that I do after every game. You know, we talk about that, and if you want to, you can go to my Facebook and search After the Storm, or you can go to YouTube. Search After the Storm OKC Thunder. It will pop up. Subscribe, like, hit the notification button. And every time we come on after a Thunder game, you'll be able to hear my post-game analysis. And we are adding to where people can call in. So we're in the process of doing that, and it's just been a little bit more hectic than what I thought to get people where they can call into the show. So we're getting there little by little. I got some amazing things coming up for January or December. Looking to add a couple of new sponsors, and so I'm excited about what's going to be happening. But anyway, the Thunder game last night. Thunder, of course, came away with the victory, beating right here. I'm gonna pull up the stats so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But the Thunder. Nobody really expected them to win against the Wizards, especially after coming back from what happened the game before. But you can see the Thunder beat, here it is, the Wizards, 121-120, improving to 7-8. And like I said, I think we should be 9-6 because we got robbed at home against Milwaukee. And those of you who were lucky enough to go to that game and stay to the end, SGA knocked down a three, and Dort committed a foul. And today was 1 second left, and thank God they did not call a foul on Dort. I don't think it was a foul last time. Don't think it was a foul last night, but they could have called another foul on Dort, bodying up at the end, whatever the hell he was doing. This is the third game in a row that we've had the lead that he's made a bonehead play, down the stretch. First of all, I blame the coaching staff against Milwaukee. You don't put a 6'5" guy on a 7-foot guy, first of all. The second game the other night is like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, fouling a three-point shot. What are you doing? He's making mistakes that he cannot make for the Thunder down the stretch. But anyway, SGA knocks down the three to put us up 121, 120. 1.1 seconds left. They throw a cross court pass. Dort plays defense, and they could have called a foul, but they called it of the Wizards last night, and they could have called a foul on Dort if they'd have wanted to. And I bet if that had been Phoenix, or that would have been Boston, or that would have given Milwaukee, that would have been Golden State. Those teams, he would have got another foul called on him. So I don't know what the hell he's doing at the end of the games, but he needs to pull his head out of his butt and realize this is the end of the game. It doesn't do us any good to have SGA do SGA stuff and then you negate it. But anyway, the Thunder should be 9-6. Proud of what they're doing, and you can see one of my favorite things I've talked about is I do this side by side, first half versus the second half, so you can kind of see what the Thunder are doing and the adjustments that the coaching staff make. And so, because to me, that's part of it, is showing that our coaching staff is doing some coaching or they're not coaching. And that's part of what I like to talk about, and what I like to do is see what they do. Okay, because you can look, first half, the Thunder was 7 for 16 from three. Second half, we were 16 of 31. So we were 9 for 15 the second half of three. The Wizards, on the other hand, were 14 for 20, 13 for 34. So they were 3 for 14 the second half. And it's all about us getting hands up in people's faces, allowing them not to get open looks, allowing us to play good, solid defense, win the war of the paint, the PIP, which you all know who follow me. PIP is points in the paint, my favorite stat. You can see that we were up 6 in the first half and ended up finishing up 8 in the second half. And a lot of that has to do with SGA finishing in the paint, because he is just ridiculous down low. He's so smooth in the way he moves and the way he just can slide through. I used the word sliver last night, but I like slide. He can slide through defenders, and I like what he does and what he provides to the Thunder and our ability to do some things and score. And then by him scoring, it takes all the pressure off everybody else. Everybody else doesn't have to act like they have to score. They've got to make something happen, because that's when the Thunder gets in trouble. We don't have players who can make things happen on their own. Dort cannot make things happen on his own. Poku cannot make things happen on his own. Kendrick Williams cannot make things happen on his own. J-Dub cannot make it. Aaron Wiggins. I could just go on and on and on with the number of players who cannot make things happen on their own. The only two players we can have that can make things happen on their own is SGA and Josh. That's it. Everybody else is suspect at best to get stuff done. But you can see the Thunder made great second half adjustments. You can see with their field goal percentage, we're down 4 points. Our percentage, however, went up 7 points. And when you look at the team stats, SGA, of course, had 42 points on 14 for 21. Josh Giddey had 11 points on 5 of 11 shooting. SGA was 2 for 3 from 3. Giddey was 1 for 3. And by all means, SGA should have had more than that. He was shooting 94% from the free throw line. He missed, I think 5 free throws or something like that last night. Just horrible. Not good for him. He should have had 46 or 47. Lou Dort, 16 points on 6 for 12. Field goal percentage, 3 for 6. His 3-point percentage is slowly coming up, but he's going to shoot 6 to 8 times a game from 3. And I just wish that he would go to the basket more. He doesn't have to shoot a 3 every time. And when he makes it is when he catches it and he's in rhythm and he makes a shot. When he misses is when he thinks he's a 3-point shooter and he rushes it and he's trying to sidestep and all that other stuff. That's when he shoots it off the side of the backboard, or he shoots it over the backboard, or he shoots air balls. That's when he just is inefficient and shows that he's really not that great of a 3-point shooter. Poku, another solid outing from him. 8 points, 3 for 4 field goals, 2 for 3 for rebound or 3-pointers. He made a couple big ones. 3 blocks is the thing that stands out for me that I liked about Poku. Another strong outing from him. And you guys know I'm not that big of a Poku fan, but he did great. Wiggins, 7 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. Nice job by Aaron. Thought he played well. Robertson Earl, 8 points, 2 for 3, 1 for 2. And, if you follow me on After the Storm, I want Robinson Earl shooting about 8 to 9 times a game is what I want shots out of him. I want him in double figures every game is what I would like for him to be because he is deadly efficient from three. Can't really put the ball on the ground, but that's not what we really ask him to do. Lindy Waters played fantastic last night. Let me give my hats off to him. And Commander Wright, don't be sending me no more texts about all right, Lindy. I don't want to hear no more nonsense about that stuff. But Lindy Waters, 3 for 7 from three. He played great. He played some great defense. He did good, and let's face it, Lindy is a G League player. He's not an NBA player. He can come off the bench and contribute, give you some minutes here and there. No question about that. But if he's not knocking down threes, he can't help you on the court. He's just a liability defensively, even though he plays with the utmost passion. He's just a G League player, two-way for sure. J-Dub, man, I just like everything about this kid. He had a season high, 14 points the other night, comes back with 10 points on 4 for 11. We got to get that up. Not bad percentage, though, okay? Almost 40%. He needs to be 4 for 10, 5 for 11. He needs to be right in that range, maybe 6 for 11. I would really, really like it to be 6 for 11, but I'd take 5 for 11, 2 for 4. Not complaining about that all from three. Jay Will, like the kid, I'm glad he's gotten back-to-back times that he's gotten into games. He gives us a lot of energy on the defensive end. I wish he would play more. I prefer him over some other players that are playing, but once again, I'm not at practice, and neither are you, so we do not see what happens on the daily in the practice and what they can and cannot do. Kendrick Williams, 9 points, very good game out of Kendrick last night. 9 points, 4 for 6, 1 for 2. I'd like him to stay around those numbers. No more than 4 to 5, maybe 6 is the maximum I ever want him shooting the basketball. No more than a couple threes because as soon as he gets in the game, his very first shot, 9 times out of 10 is a three, and it's usually a miss. So I wish he would just get into the game, get a mid-range, go to the basket, knock down a teardrop or a floater. I'm not sure if he really has that in his game, but I would like to see that if at all possible from Kendrick. And then Muscala didn't really give us a whole lot, but against athletic teams, he just doesn't have it. He's a great guy, great for the locker room. He allows us to do a lot of things, but he also hurts us on the defensive side of the basketball. There's just not a lot that he can bring to us for us to be able to do a lot with him. But that being said, I still like Muscala, and he is going to be a good fit for us. And like I said, as long as he's knocking down threes or getting mid-range, but when he tries to get in it, like I forget what game it was, he's trying to take the ball off the dribble. The hell you doing? Bro, stop. That's not your game. Play within yourselves, and that's one of the things that that I have been preaching about the Thunder is, don't give open looks. Play within yourself. Get off the great starts, and that starts with SGA. And last night he had 17 in the third quarter. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Thunder are the number one team. Okay? They're the number one team in third quarter deficiency, 4.1 points. And I don't know if it's here. It is here. Cool. I didn't know if I had put that up. Anyway, here are the stats thus far through the season. Thunder averaging 116 points a game, shooting 46% from the field, 33% from three, 24 assists, and 13 turnovers. Now, we were averaging 11 turnovers and 111 points a game. And, I felt like we needed to be around 111, really 114 average to be successful in this league. And Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com thought we should be more around where we are now, 16. But when we do that, our assist to turnover ratio will be higher. We need to be at least 2-1. That needs to be 26 assists to 13 turnovers if we're going to do that. So But if we can't afford to have 19, 20 turnovers against the Bucks or the Celtics or the Suns or Golden State or teams like that, we can't beat them. We have to stay around 11 to 13, no more than 15 turnovers per game if we're going to be successful. And coming up, the Thunder, the next game for the Thunder is tomorrow night against the Grizzlies and John Morant. So that's going to be interesting to see. They are 9-6, which is what I believe our record should be right now. Take away the officials and then the horrible coaching that happened against the Celtics, we would be minimum 8-7. So that being said, it's going to be a great game. Can't not wait to see that tomorrow. The early line is the Grizzlies -7. Of course, we won't get the over/under until after the games tonight. So tomorrow we'll have what the over/under is going to be. But thus far, you can spell thunder with under. And as Drew used to say, you can't spell thunder without under. Now you can spell thunder with under because the Thunder have been what is it, 8 of our last 10 or 9 of our last 11 or something like 8 of our last 10, we have been over the point spread. So we are scoring at a rapid pace, and a lot of this got to do with SGA. And it's like I said, a lot of people in Oklahoma City have now come to the realization of something that I've known from a year and a half ago. People's like, oh, Josh Giddey's our best player. People kept telling me that. I'm like, what are you watching? What about, you should never talk to me again if you don't know who the hell the Thunder's best player is. Now, 100% of the people, Thunder fans, will tell you that's who the best player is, SGA. So now, what does that mean for the Thunder? A, you do have a legit star, and is in the first year of his contract. So you have a legit star. Now you have a budding star in Josh Giddey. Then you had Chet, which I think Chet's going to be middle of the road. He's just going to be like Porzingis. He's going to be a nice guy that's tall, decent, whatever. 12, 14 points a game. That's what he's going to be. He's not going to be 20 points a game. It's just not happening. It's just not. Not unless he learns how to shoot a jump shot. Because if you think he's going to take people off the dribble, all his amazing ball handling skills, all that, that's hogwash. That does not happen in the way that the Thunder play and in the NBA. You cannot be tall with ball handling. You can do it a little bit, and you can pick your spots where you can take people off the dribble. But for the most part, you've got to be able to shoot the ball. And if he doesn't improve his jump shot, he's in trouble. If you want to see tall and successful in the NBA and thin, it's Kevin Durant. And what does Kevin Durant do? Shoots the ball with extreme percentage wise. That's what he does. And if Chet's going to be successful, he's going to have to be Kevin Durant. When you look at Victor Wembanyama, what does he do? Shoots the hell out of the basketball. He patterned his game after Kevin Durant. He can put it on the drill. He can put it on the ground. He has nice handles. He really does. So does Chet. But when you're going against a guy 6'9", those handles, you're in trouble. If he's got long arms, he's going to pick your pocket because you dribble too high. He's going to get you. Because eventually you're going to have to make a move and bring the ball to him. And what if we talked about the first rule of basketball? Ball you man. Ball you man. First rule of basketball. And that's what you got to do. So, man, it's been a long show today. I'm really excited. You can tell I'm happy about the Thunder. Because remember, I picked them to be 31 games is what they'd win, 40 on the high side. People still think I'm crazy, but we continue to play like we did. That may be that because if we are 7-8 in our first 15 games, in our next 60 games, that's 4 more times. So that's 35 games right there. Because you've got 60 more games, and if you win 7 out of 15, if you continue this pace, that's 28 more games. Plus the 7 you got is 35. So, anyway, my high expectation number was 40, 38 to 40. You can go look that up. That's what I said, and everybody thought I was out of my damn mind when I said that. And remember, when Chet got hurt, we dropped to 23 and a half, and I think that's an insult, and the players took that as an insult, and they played like it. So, let's get to the NBA scores and see what was happening in the league last night. Where is it at? There we go. The Pacers beat the Hornets, improving to 7-6, and the Hornets, LaMelo got hurt last night. I don't know how bad he is hurt, but he hobbled off with an ankle injury. So we'll see. Hopefully that won't, because the Hornets are a good young team. They've got some talent. So we'll hope they can continue to improve. The Thunder, 121, 120 over the Wizards, as we had talked about just now. The T-Wolves over the Magic, 7-8. The T-Wolves improved to 7-8, matching us. And remember, 2 of their victories were over us. So anyway, we need to get those back. We'll get to play them again. 126, 108 over the Magic. Celtics just spanked the Hawks. The Hawks didn't have a prayer last night. I mean, the Celtics, what are they on now? That's their 8th win in a row, I believe. I think we were 7th or we were 8th, and this was their 9th. Anyway, Celtics on a roll, looking like a 12-3 team. They are just on fire. Remember, they started out, everybody's like, oh, they're a dumpster fire. And look at them now. Since then, they're 10-1 in their last 11 games. The Heat lost to the Raptors. The Raptors are sneaky good. I mean, we beat them, but they're sneaky good. I like the Raptors, and when they get Siakam back, they're going to be a handful. So you can just see with what they're doing in the roster they have now, they are 9-7, beating the Heat, and everybody expected the Heat to contend and possibly go to the finals again this year, or excuse me, to the conference finals this year, Eastern Conference Finals. We don't know if that's going to happen. Bulls, Pelicans. Man, the Pelicans, like the Pelicans, 124 to 110. The Cavs on the other side, losing to the Bucks, and I thought this was going to be a better game than that, but the Bucks, man, they're good. Oh man, when they get fully healthy, they're going to be extremely, extremely scary. Rockets, Mavs. Drew's team, he loves those Mavs, and I'm sure they just keep letting him down. They just keep letting him down. Rockets get a victory in Dallas, 101-92. Man, I tell you, that Mavs team, though, they're missing something. I mean, they got Luka, but Brunson leaving has really hurt them. They need a number 2 guy. They need somebody who can come off the bench and get something done. And clearly, they are missing that, and they're just all Luka right now. But still at 8-6. The Knicks beating the Nuggets. What a surprise. Jokic, the big boy. Knicks coming in there winning 106-103 in Denver. Improving to 8-7. The Nuggets are 9-5. The Knicks, I tell you, man, they've got a nice little squad, and Tom Thibodeau, their coach, has got them playing defense and keeping the scores down. And if you can keep games close and make people make plays down the stretch, that's going to make the difference. And the Wizards have the highest winning percentage, or highest percentage as far as making shots down the stretch than any team in the league. And the Thunder pretty much shut them down last night. But, of course, we have our own closer in ourselves in SGA, so that does help. Then the Golden State Warriors, dumpster fire, 6-9, 119 losers at the Suns. 119 to 130, the Suns improved to 9-5, and that was without Chris Paul. So we can just imagine what they're going to be like once Chris gets back. They are going to be absolutely rolling. So we shall see what's going to happen with that. But I do like what I saw out of the Suns last night, playing wise, and what they did and what they have the potential to be. NBA TV games today. The Nets at the Blazers. I've liked the Blazers. I've liked them all year. I watched them play a couple games there, and I said, man, they've got some players. And the Thunder on our road trip, that's going to be tough. Playing the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Blazers, that's going to be a tough road trip that we've got coming up soon. Spurs, or actually we play them. I think that's the second. I need to go look at that. Spurs, Kings tonight. The Kings just destroyed. I still can't believe they scored 153 points. Still can't believe they scored 153 points the other night. That's just insane. But anyway, the Spurs 6-9 against the Kings, 7-6. And then last but not least, the Pistons 3-12, and our guy Cade Cunningham going against the Clippers. I don't know if I really want to watch any of that, to be honest with you. The only game I might want to watch is maybe the Nets and the Spurs. But I do believe that the Nets, they need to get rid of KD because there's tons of teams that can get him. I don't see them bringing Kyrie back next year. Ben Simmons is a non-factor. They have no picks whatsoever. They need to just go because people would give up a haul for him. And I think the best place for him is Golden State. I wouldn't mind Golden State trade for him, sending Draymond up there along with Wiseman, and maybe I don't know about Kuminga, but getting them up there, sending them there, and getting Kevin Durant plus some picks. I think Golden State would be more than happy to do that and make that happen. Man, that show, what was that? 25 minutes? That went by really fast. We had a lot of topics, but a lot of it had to do with the Thunder. Yes, I'm excited. If you're a Thunder fan, you too should be excited about our Oklahoma City Thunder and what they've been doing. And they've really been in every game. And like I said, we should be on a, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should be on an 8-game winning streak right now. Just saying. Just saying where we should be. But, oh well. Or maybe 9. Anyway, I'm excited about what the Thunder are doing. And, hey, we've got a squad. And please, hey, everybody, we play Monday night against Knicks. Go watch the Thunder. Go to the game. If you have tickets, if you can't, go give them away. There's tons of people who've never been to a game who would like to go to the game. You can't tell me there's somebody that you know that don't want to go to a game if you can't make it. Give your tickets away. And hell, if you don't, text me or send me a message, and I'll give them away to my kids that I train, the kids who can't afford to go. I'll find people who want to go to the game. If you have tickets and you can't get rid of them, let me know. I'll get rid of them for you because I know people who want to go to the game, and it does do you any good to have season tickets if you're not going to use them. Plus, it helps you with your 100% attendance by giving them away for you just sitting there. If you're not going to sit there, you can transfer them very easily. It's not that big of a deal. It's very easy to do. Transfer the tickets and have somebody else go to the game. So, that being said, I want to thank our sponsors at Collaborative Logic. If you have any IT needs, they can come in, they can write software for you. They can make sure that your office runs more smoothly so they can do stuff dedicated specifically for you. They can write software that if you want to do quotes online, they have that stuff available. Website design. They are more than just selling computers and things like that, as Russell Williford reminded me. My bad, bro. Didn't know that. Contact my guy Mark Long over at SRB if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning. He is the man that you want to holler at about that. And, of course, Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. And I am wearing his hat and shirt today, repping my boy because, and plus the USA is about to play Monday. So soccer is here. World Cup is here. And then Greg and Max, Nafi, and NAFCO, and last but not least, Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. Yes, they do. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and most importantly, they are a supporter of us for minority, women, and black-owned businesses, and we will be doing more and more remotes to different minority, black, and women-owned businesses. In fact, today, I forgot today I was supposed to be at the salon today. My bad, Muse Beauty Salon. We will be there next week. We'll do that for them. My bad, Danny. Forgot all about that. So I need to put stuff in my calendar. I get running around and forget all about stuff. So we're supposed to be there today. But anyway, we want to thank Y&B for their sponsorship of that. If you have any needs as far as loans, commercial, personal, boats, houses, cars, whatever, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see Carson and the peeps there. Carson Wright, Joe Horn, Nathan Taylor. You can come in and see any of them. But I am sorry about that, Danny. Part of that, we were supposed to go out and, like I said, do our remote today at Muse Beauty Salon, and we will do that next week or the week after because next week is a holiday week. So we got to get in and see that. My bad on that, Danny. And Y&B, of course, is sponsoring us to go do stuff like that. So now I'm joined by my guy Ben Dillman, and I don't have a name for you, Ben Dillman, my hockey guy. We gotta come
We'll
up.
figure it
We
out.
gotta come up with something. Man, get on your wife to do that, bro. We gotta get on her to do something.
Once we start grinding, we'll get it. Yeah, we'll get after it.
Well, it's grinding, man. It's starting,
I
isn't it?
know. We're starting.
I mean,
We
you
got to
got
get,
you got
got
hockey.
the, you know,
We
yeah,
got
we got a lot
everything.
of hockey going.
Now next weekend, I know we've got the World Cup. We've got NFL football on Thanksgiving. Uh, we've got college basketball. We've got football. We've got Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, what do we have hockey wise next week for Thanksgiving? Are there anything big coming up next week?
So the good thing about the NHL, like one of the only good things that I think they do for the NHLPA always does this, they stay out of the holidays. They let all these other sports fight over them.
Oh,
They Oh yeah, so they're like, hey boys, you guys go home, go have some turkey with your families on Thanksgiving. And on Christmas, they're like, you know what, go spend time with your kids. The NBA and the NFL can have these days. We'll play the next day, and they try to. They're like New Year's Day is kind of their big day.
uh, okay.
That's I'm actually Kylie, my wife, and I were actually trying to go to the Boston game outdoors this year. It's on January 2nd,
Oh,
and they
you
play the
told me
Penguins
about that. Yeah,
outdoors.
yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna try and hit that up. But that should be a great time if we can make it out there.
Now
It's
that's
at
at Fenway,
Fenway.
right?
Yep, it's at Fenway. But yeah, that I know that FIFA comes up. It's going to start. I believe it's
FIFA
a
starts
Sunday,
Monday.
the
Well,
20th.
we
Yeah,
start Monday. Our first game is Monday.
we play Monday. We play Wales.
That is
So
that's going to determine if we go to the next round or not.
yeah, I think that game too. Yeah, I mean,
It
I like
determines.
that one. Then the famous battle. I mean, we beat them in 1776. Bring it on, England. We'll take you on again. Come on.
Well, you know what? To me, being the young team we are, I would have preferred playing Iran first. I would rather get us over that first game and let those England and Wales go at it. I would have rather that happen.
Yep.
But England is the number one seed, so they're a higher seed, so they should play uh, one against four and two against three. So I get that.
That'll be. I'm excited to watch it all day.
Oh yeah. But it's just crazy that that's on Friday. We play England on Friday. I believe that's when it is. So,
Yeah, Friday, November 25th.
right. So we play Monday and Friday.
Black Friday.
And man, now there are hockey games on that Friday.
Usually there is. This year, let me check really quick. I didn't have my schedule up for that far out in advance. Let me double check really quick.
Because I mean that would be nice if we had, because we're gonna have college football, we're gonna have NBA, and if we can have some hockey there
Yep.
too, and World Cup.
There's a big slate on that Friday. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 games. So 28 teams are
14.
playing on. Yep. So 28 teams are going to be playing on that Friday.
Man, that's gonna be tough because
And
that's Black Friday, and I'm gonna be on my way to Dallas, so we're probably gonna have to get to Dallas early and set
yeah,
up somewhere.
the games start at noon on Friday. So I could even do. There's a game at noon, a game at 1. There's 2, 3, 4 games at 1 game at noon, a game at 2. Yeah, it's all day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out next Friday because
Yeah, and there's 0 games on Thanksgiving. Like I said, they give the boys off.
well, yeah, but Thanksgiving is football.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's cool. I think that's smart too. It's like, hey
that
guys.
yeah, that's been traditional football, and to
Yep.
go up against the NFL is just not very
Dumb.
smart.
Yep.
Not very smart in any sport. It's just
100%.
not very smart to go against them. You have to go in between, but it also depends on who's playing for the NFL.
Yep.
That matters too because you can slide in if it's somebody nobody cares about, even though everybody wants to. Because me, Turkey Day, I do 2 things. I eat, or 3 things. I eat, watch football, sleep. And I'll watch a football game and I'm going to sleep through 2 quarters and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go get me another plate. And then I'm going to lay down because that turkey and dressing and all that good stuff. So, man.
I'm doing all that and then I'm working.
Oh, damn. I'm not coming in the Cats, man.
I got to work that night.
I'm not coming in the Cats. Cat, I can't believe you're making
terrible.
me. Okay, I'm going to come in the Cats. Because that's Thursdays is usually my night when I come in there.
Yeah, there's 3 games that day too. Giants, Cowboys, Bills, Lions, Patriots, Vikings. That'll be some good games.
Yes, I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Like I'm not going to Cats. That's stupid.
Yep, I know. I'll see you there.
Yeah, I know you will. Okay, our picks for Drew. He's got the Blazers. Only NBA game he's got for us tonight. -1.5. I'm like, okay, he hates that half. I don't know why he put that half point. He hates half points. He always buys out of the half. I don't know why he does that.
He's probably trying to. That must be a lean, like a real hard lean. No,
Yeah,
that's just a one, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, it's a 1.5. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. He's.
of course he's got college basketball. He's got Washington,
Oh.
that -8.5. Davidson +4. Man, you don't hear anything about Davidson anymore. That Steph Curry doesn't play for them.
Nope.
Creighton -18.5, and my guy Trey Alexander is over there. You know, he went to Heritage Hall, and he plays for
Yep.
Creighton, so he's doing really, really well in his sophomore campaign. There at
Man, that's
Creighton
awesome.
-18.5. Murray State +12.5, and then he's taking the pack tonight.
Oh man, it's gonna be cold.
-3. Oh,
You, I
oh.
saw the weather. It looked like it was gonna be right below 30,
I'm gonna tell you
right
where it's.
around
I'm
there.
gonna tell you where it's gonna be cold. Buffalo on Sunday.
Yeah, I took the under of those games at the beginning of the week. I got the under of the Buffalo Bills at 47, which was nice. Now I think it's down to like 42. And then I
Yeah.
also took the Buffalo University is also playing at home. So anybody else, I
Uh,
took the under on that one
yeah,
as
but they're not
well.
gonna get the same unders they did now that the weather reports come in.
Yeah,
With
that's
feet,
why.
feet,
Yeah,
feet of
just got
snow.
it. If you're listening, hurry up and smack that as quick as you can.
Yes.
But yeah, that Titans Packers game's gonna be pretty good tonight. I think.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna do the hockey, then we're gonna go into that. So we got to
Let's
go
do
over
it.
some hockey last night because I tell you what, when I looked at the hockey scores, I was just like, dang man, it was some good hockey last night. NHL scores: the Sabres lost to the Senators 4-1. Really? I
Yep,
mean,
that's 7 in a row for the Sabres, I believe, losses. So they're on the schneid. That is not looking good. They start out every year like on fire, and then they just
that's
completely
complete.
just I don't know what happens. They just drop off. I think like over the last like 4 years, they've literally started out. I think like over like winning percentage like 750 in their first like 10 games, and then after that they drop off and they lose like 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row every year.
That's
I don't know what
crazy.
it is.
That's crazy. Then of course you got the Blues
Ooh,
Clues and the Hawks. They
yep,
beat the Hawks last night,
yep.
5-2.
Bennington
That
looks
wasn't
good
even
in net.
close. Did you take the over in that one?
Yeah, I did. And then Bennington, I like him in net for Thorny there. He's looking good. He's stopping every puck in front of me. He's not going to be able to play tonight. I think they're on a back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, tonight.
Oh, they are.
Yep.
Hey, that
So
reminds. Oh yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. No, yeah, that was it. I don't see him playing tonight, so I'll be interested to see how they do.
And then the Kings beat the Oilers. It just blows me away that they have nobody talks about them. There seems like I know they've been relevant and they've won since Gretzky left, but it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like they're just an afterthought in LA, or is that just me?
It's definitely just you, but also I've been saying it for the last like week or so. This Kings team is going to take the Oilers playoff spot ever since Evander Kane had that gnarly cut on his wrist.
Uh
He's going
huh.
to be out for 3 to 4 months, and then they went up and now they played one-on-one against each other, and McDavid and Draisaitl went pointless, which they're the two leading point scorers in the league. So the Kings they got their number right now. So it's going to keep on getting worse for the Oilers, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think you're right on that. Now, man, I'm looking at this, Ben. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 games tonight in
Yeah,
hockey. Isn't it normally Friday night hockey and Tuesday, Friday? Why is it tonight instead of tomorrow night?
it's usually Tuesdays and Thursdays are the
Oh, is
nights
that
because
what
they
it
don't like.
is?
Yeah, they usually don't like competing against much. So like Thursdays, they usually just they kind of just they bite the bullet against NFL football, and then they kind of fill in the like their big nights on TV. Like once again, there's no games on ESPN or TNT, but all the games like they'll have a game like tomorrow night, or they'll have a game like Wednesday or Monday. That's kind of like the nights that they play in. I don't know why they do it that way. That's just the way it is. And
This is the way it
it's
is.
terrible.
Well,
Yeah,
you have,
terrible thing to do.
yeah,
But
well, you have the Flyers against your beloved Bruins tonight at 6.
yep, Bruins 4 in a row, and then the Flyers have lost 4 in a row. So
Phillies just don't say.
I'm
Is that a down thing for the Philadelphia Eagles too? Since the Flyers are losing, because Eagles
yep.
hadn't lost, Flyers were on a win streak. Flyers lose, then the Eagles lose, and the Flyers haven't won since.
The city comes and goes with one, I believe.
And then, of course, my Stars on the
Oh
road
yeah,
again against the Panthers tonight.
there's going to be a good game. I hope it gets a little chippy. Matthew Kachuk for the Panthers. He brings like the sandpaper. He brings the jam, and like Jamie Benn's been fighting everybody lately. He's been
Uh,
sticking up for his teammates, doing all that, and him and with his big contract, and Tyler Sagan. I'm sorry, with his big contract too. He's actually producing. So I think the Stars are on a good good little like roll right here. This would be a good measuring stick game. See where they're at.
Yeah, I hope they play this now. I hope they're at home. I need to check and see if they're at home next weekend because I love going to watch
Yeah,
Stars play. So
I was looking at the Bruins Stars. It's in Dallas, but it's on Valentine's Day. But let me know. Me and Kylie are talking about
yeah,
going.
well, Kylie is not going to let you go to Dallas to
No, she'll
watch a
go with us.
hockey
She'll go
on
with us.
Valentine's
She'll
Day.
be screaming for the she'll be screaming for the thing. That'll be good.
Oh, well, no. She won't let us go without her. She would go.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah,
100%.
she would go to the game. Yeah, she'd be okay
100%.
with that. Yeah. I need to call my boy Rolando Blackman and see if he can get us hooked up on some tickets there at the AAC since he
that'd be
works
awesome.
for the Mavericks. Devils and Maple Leafs.
Devils 10 wins in a row. They are
That is
on
crazy.
fire. Yep. I like somebody. They've just been going like on a just absolute storm lately. And the Leafs, I need the Devils to win right here because the Leafs are coming up on my Bruins second in the division standings. So I need the Devils just keep it going, just pound them right.
Man, you can't really do that like that, man. That's not fair. That's not
one
fair,
time.
bro.
I can do it one time.
No, bro, you can't be doing that, man. You gotta be.
I don't like the Leafs.
So you just gonna come out with I just don't like the Leafs. I'm just done with
just
the Leafs.
I'm
just
done
with the Leafs. And then of course the Avalanche and the Hurricanes.
Yep, the Avalanche and the Hurricanes. The Avs, they are looking good right now. I think they got 4 in a row as of right now. The Hurricanes, they're a tough team. I don't know what's going on with the with their goaltending, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they will. The Canadians and the Blue Jackets.
Canadians and the Blue Jackets. Yeah, the Blue Jackets are not. I think they've been scoring a lot of goals lately, but if they can figure it out, they got a lot of injuries. Their assistant captain just went down. The Canadians kind of stink right now, so that's kind of going to.
So in other words, that's not a game that none of us really care about. That's what you're saying. That's what you're basically saying. But to me, if it's not the Bruins, the Stars, or the Blues, I don't really care. I don't care about.
Well, those two teams are just bottom feeders. They're those fish at the bottom of the fish tank. They aren't too exciting. They're not too, bright full colors. They're kind of just they're there.
The Flames against the Lightning.
Yep, the Flames against the Lightning. Both teams are on a 2-game win streak. They both need wins right now because just all these divisions right now in hockey, the parity's like awesome for the league. So they're like every team is so tight right now. There's only a couple teams that are kind of like really at the bottom, but everybody's really close to win 2 or 3 games, essentially. From a playoff spot at this point, and every game matters.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And then the Capitals against the Blues.
Against the Blues, yep. They're on a back-to-back, 4 in a row for the Blues. But if Bennington's not playing, I looked at, though, I have a little website that I look at that usually is pretty accurate with the goaltending, and they update it hourly usually. And it doesn't look like Bennington's playing right now. If he's not playing, I hope Ovi can get a goal, get him closer to Gretzky, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, because he hadn't scored really in a minute, has he?
Yeah, he hadn't scored in, I think, 3 games as of now, but he started off the season pretty hot. I think he had 4 in about 7 games, and that's great. I mean, I don't expect him to put up 50 goals like he used to, but if he can get 30, that'd be huge.
Yeah, Ducks and the Jets.
Yep, the Ducks can't keep the puck out of the net. Their goal differential it's minus 25, so they've been scored against 25 more times than they have put the puck in the other team's net.
Are you serious?
That is very hard to win when you play like that.
Dude, find a goalie.
Yeah, exactly. They've been moving goalies around for years. They just can't find anybody to stick. They've been paying guys. Nobody can just stop the puck.
Yeah, nobody.
And it might start with their defensive core is what I really think it is.
Agreed.
Maybe the coaching might have a little bit to do with that as well. If the Jets win tonight, they're going to take over that first place over your Stars. So the Stars need to put out. They at least get a point and keep it tied.
They do. Islanders and Predators.
Yep. Both teams are super strong right now. It's going to be kind of I expect just a really tight defensive game. Like if you're watching NBA, it's going to be, below 80 points on both teams. That's what I imagine. You got both goalies going, Sorrow, and so I really think that it's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, take the under in that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The Penguins against the Wild. That just sounds. That just Penguins and Wild. That's funny.
Yep, that is funny. That is funny. Yeah, just some of these hockey names are kind of funny. Crosby needs a jump start. He's been a little slow lately. So if he can get going, that team's a little old, but they They were putting some games together in the beginning, but they started to slow down a little bit. The Wild can't score to save their life, so this no Marc-Andre Fleury in net. So,
Dude, how long has he been Crosby been playing? 15 years. It seems like he's been playing since he
yeah,
been 18. I guess since he was 18, 19.
yeah. Him and Ovechkin got. I almost sent you this stat the other day. Him and Ovechkin started the same time, and he's 35 years old. He got drafted in 2005.
God dang, 17
So
years
he's
ago.
been in,
Wow.
yeah, he's been in there for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, and him and it was funny. I looked at the stats. It was the thing I was about to send you is from like 3 weeks ago. But him and Ovechkin played like they got drafted, one after another, and they had the exact same points like 3 weeks ago. Like after all of these years, they had the exact
That is
like
crazy.
I think Ovechkin might have played like 160 more games because he never gets hurt.
Never
Knock
gets
on
hurt.
wood,
Yeah.
but
Knock on wood.
yeah, but yeah, so it was just kind of nuts that their numbers were so accurate and like so on the exact same, which is crazy.
Coyotes and the G Knights.
Yep, the Knights lost 2 in a row. They were on a big hot streak to start, but there's against the Coyotes. That's a good game for you to, kind of hopefully you can beat them up a little bit and get a W.
Man, that's a lot of games. Then of course the New York Rangers against the Kraken. I just like I love to say Kraken. I don't know.
I know, dude.
I know. Anyway, sorry about that. Rangers Kraken 9:00 game.
Yep, Rangers need some points. They're on a 4-game road trip starting right now. So, and then the Kraken lost 2 in a row. So this will be a good game, good goaltending. Hopefully, I think it'll. The Rangers are hit or miss. They might score 7. They might score 2. You never know.
And then, of course, the last game, 9:30, the Wings against the Sharks. How does Detroit have such good hockey and the rest of their sports suck? How is that? The Wings have been good. They've been great for 20 years.
Yeah, they ran the 90s and early 2000s, and that was all of them. And then they went on the schneid for a couple of years, and now they're just young. They lost 4 in a row, but they're kind of just now starting to push like a little bit. You can tell that like the whole like momentum in that locker room, everything's changing around. They're just trying to find out if they can get some defensemen in there, and their forwards are looking great though. They're fast, they're young. They look really sharp.
Yeah, I mean, I do like. I mean, like some people, this guy was like, "Why are y'all doing hockey?" Well, because I mean, I know you're in Oklahoma and all you care about is OU and OSU football and Thunder, but there are other sports out there. There are people who come into Oklahoma who there are other sports out there. There's soccer out there. There's hockey out there. There's field hockey. So there's all kinds of stuff out there. There's just not just OU and OSU. There's more stuff. You want to do that, you can go listen to those radio stations. They talk about all that stuff. What we're talking about sports. We want to talk about everything.
Broaden the horizons.
Yes.
People.
The more knowledgeable, the better. That's kind of how I look at it, but that's just me. So, but anyway, Thursday night football tonight, dude. Titans and the Packers -3. And, of course, our boy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com has taken the Packers at -3. But what do you think about the over-under 41 in Green Bay?
It's going to be cold. I think both. So the Packers, I think, went for like 200 rushing yards last week. If they can do that again, they need another game like that. It's going to be cold.
Yeah.
And you got Derrick Henry out there. You can't stop the man, but if you can
slow him down,
if you can just limit him to 80 yards or 70 yards, I really think that you got a nice opportunity to do this. And Randall Cobb came back for the Packers. He's off he's off everything, so that'll be good. I think that'll be a good emotional boost for the locker room too. I think it's all kind of up to Aaron Rodgers. If he can throw the ball in this cold weather and get these young wide receivers to catch it, if he can put it in the right position, and if they can run that rock, I really expect them to win. But oh man, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
I don't know by 3. That's favored by 3 is tough.
Yeah,
I would take them more money on, but
that's Drew's pick.
But I do like the under.
Yeah, he likes it. I'm just going, okay, Drew, if you say so. I'm just like, I don't know if
it's a good call. I think Aaron Rodgers knows how to play in this weather. I think he's gonna have his turtleneck on. I think if it's below certain degrees, he wears like a turtleneck. It's something like that. But yeah, he is getting older. He'll have that on, and he'll be slinging the rock.
He is getting older, so that does
Oh yeah,
that does.
He does that leather chin strap too. He looks like a badass.
Yeah. in the Big 12 this weekend, we got TCU and Baylor. Now tomorrow is when we're going to really do, but just your
Oh yeah.
early picks or whatever. Tomorrow we'll actually sit down and really just go, okay, this is who we really like. TCU at Baylor. I was saying to Drew yesterday that I think that Baylor getting smashed 31-3, they're going to really have something to prove. And Dave Aranda, one out of Baylor, this is his chance to really step up. But, dude,
Yep.
I just think that TCU may be – because they can win at home, but, the only road game they had against anybody, they almost lost to West Virginia. So they really aren't, playing anybody,
Man,
and I still don't think they're the fourth-ranked team in the country.
it's so Big 12 of TCU to lose to Baylor
Yeah.
and ruin it for the whole. You know what I mean? I just want a Big 12 team in here at this point. To make it into that. That'd just be great.
Yeah,
For,
because
I think, everybody.
didn't Baylor beat didn't Baylor beat TCU, was it 10, 12 years ago when
the first year they did the championship, I believe.
yeah, and had a chance
And then
to
they
do
got
that.
out.
And and they could have went to the BCS and didn't make it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Kansas State and West Virginia, Drew, he loves West Virginia. I think he just wants Martinez to lose for Kansas State. That's what I think.
So too.
I think he just wants them. That's just me. He's still a little bitter how he's being successful there at Kansas State and couldn't do jack at Nebraska. So that's just me.
Oh yeah, he wants him to fail.
Yeah, he wants him to fail. He does. Texas against KU.
Man,
I'm not a Ewers fan. I think he'll be back in the transfer portal soon as Peyton, because I think young Manning comes. I think he graduates in December, so he'll probably be on.
What is your thought on that whole transfer portal?
I love it.
You like that they can bounce around just wherever they want to go?
I think, to me, you should have 1 year to go wherever you want to go, one time free.
Yeah,
I think you should have one.
Like I agree with you. Should be able to transfer. I think one time you should be able to transfer.
One time. Now every year,
that's
on and on. Yeah, no, that's BS. If you
you
get one freebie,
that,
you get one freebie, and if you want to transfer after that, you got to sit out a year.
I agree with that.
But I think
people make wrong decisions all the time.
Yeah, I think you should have, and this is like I tell a lot of these people that I hear this, on all the sports radio stuff. I think y'all are all idiots. First of all, none of y'all, even though one guy acts like he was highly recruited, he really wasn't. But my deal is this: I was highly recruited, and I understand when coaches promise you something or say you're going to do something, and then they don't come through. Then you should be able to leave. Or if your coach leaves, you should be able to leave. And that's what I tell people all the time. People don't care about OU and OSU. They don't care. They're going there for Gundy, and they're going there for the coach. That's where they're going.
Well, now the NIL deals too.
Yeah, but the NIL, you can go to a bunch of different.
And this is what I'm telling you this.
The NIL has always been there. It was just undercover. And I tell people 100%. All day long, don't get caught up in NIL. NIL's always happened. And if you think the players ain't been paid since I don't know when, you live under the rock, or you're an idiot.
Or you're choosing
you're an idiot.
To not listen to.
You're an idiot. Okay.
There's so many guys come out now and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean it's stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's always been like, because if you were to go look at OU's parking lot in the 70s and 80s, you can't tell me a guy comes from Podunk, Texas, and he's driving a Corvette. Come on. You have 7 people living in a 2-bedroom house, 1 bathroom, or even have a bathroom, and you can drive a brand new Corvette in college? Come on. So it's always been like that. Same thing at Oklahoma State. Same thing at Texas. Same thing at Alabama. It's always been like that. So I don't want to hear about no NIL stuff. That's nonsense. Now what it is more prevalent. Do they need to put some sort of rules to it to make it to where, okay, you get X number of dollars, or if you transfer, or whatever. They need to put some sort of regulation on it, yes. But it's always been like that. But the transfer portal, I love it. But they should get one time. And, I heard somebody talking about, these smaller schools. If you develop that kid where he can leave, then develop somebody else.
Yep.
And then who are you to tell some kid who didn't get overlooked, who got overlooked in high school, who has a chance to go to a Division I school that he normally would not have had a chance to go to because he got overlooked in high school because of newspaper reporters, and they're like, oh, he's this and he's that, and that guy can't play. Do you know how many guys I saw that had all these hype They couldn't play themselves out of. They couldn't fight out of a phone booth. Like, dude,
Oh no.
you what? Like my guy Randy Wright. We had this guy came in. He was supposed to be this division, this All American basketball player. Da da da.
Yeah.
6'9" black could barely dunk. Now, how many 6'9" black guys you know could barely dunk?
Not
Very
very
few.
many.
Thank you. Couldn't shoot. I'm like, Randy and I would say, dude, how is this guy All American? What is going? Wait, what? So that hype stuff is nonsense. So that's why I believe that the NIL, you should. I mean, the transfer portal, you should go one time, be able to go anywhere you want. And I think about this: how many of those guys who are stuck in the transfer portal, who got stuck and couldn't go anywhere?
Yeah.
You've already lost your school
There's
that
a
you
lot
were
of them,
at, thinking you were good enough to go somewhere else, and then you didn't make it because that coach told you, yeah, you can come. And then this other guy who's better than you got in the portal and he took him. It's just like recruiting. Same thing. Same thing. And then, of course, last but not least, is Bedlam. OUOSU.
Yeah. I'm kind of upset about it a little bit. Just I wish it actually freaking mattered.
It
I think
matters.
both deep.
It
I mean,
matters,
you know
bro.
what I mean. It's one of
I
the
know it
last ones.
doesn't. It doesn't.
I wish it really, really mattered though. Like on, maybe this was getting the champion. It'd be great for the rivalry to kind of slow down and end it off that way.
Yeah, next year is the last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Well,
you're right. I'm
I
not
think they're
100%
gonna.
sure.
I think they're gonna continue to play each other, though. If I read it correctly, is that game is going to be one game, kind of like uh, where there's certain game. You get to play certain teams. So I think that's going to
They're
be.
gonna. Why would they pick each other? They just ruin each other's schedule.
I, I think they're just going to. I think they're going to continue to try to
I
play
hope
if
they
they
do.
can.
I really do.
I think they will. It doesn't.
If,
Put it like this. It doesn't benefit either school. Okay, but it benefits Oklahoma State more than it does OU, and this is why.
100%.
Because
That's why I'd be confused if they took it.
yeah,
You know.
if OU took it, because it benefits them.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
lose to
Correct.
Oklahoma State, it
Correct.
doesn't help them, other than it being an out of conference loss, so it doesn't hurt them conference wise. But if Oklahoma State is strong, it could help them if you lose to a highly ranked Oklahoma State team.
Yeah.
If you are OU and you are in the SEC and you are doing well, that loss doesn't count bad. It still counts just like you losing a game in the SEC. So I
Yeah.
don't think
Another
that
thing
really
that
matters.
stinks
But
losing that Texas basketball team to the SEC is going to stink.
yeah, now that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. But at the same time, we are picking up Houston, and Houston, Drew believes they are the best team in college
Yeah.
basketball right now.
And then we're getting Cincinnati's football, right?
we get Cincinnati's football. You get then we're getting whatchamacallit football too. BYU in football. Their basketball is not bad. Their baseball's good. So I mean we're doing okay. You know what I'm saying? We're picking up some stuff, so it's not bad. But I believe that when we had the chance to get Utah and Louisville a few years back in Texas,
Yeah.
and Texas blocked that. That would
Yeah.
have been great for us because Louisville, Kansas, Oklahoma State, OU basketball, Louisville football,
That would have been great.
Utah football. I think that
Yeah,
would have
that
been
was
fantastic.
that was whenever Lamar Jackson was there too, right?
Well, it was right after he had left,
Yeah,
and
so they
so
would have
that
been hot too.
been
They would have
great,
been.
great.
Yeah.
But Texas, oh no, OU and Texas did not want the Big 12 game. They wanted out of it. They didn't want that to happen. They for whatever reason they liked it the way that it was set up, and it really killed
Oh, we
us.
see it now.
Yeah, it killed us now. Now they're gone.
Well, that's why they did it. Probably they were on their way out.
But whatever. It is what it is. So that being said, anything you want to talk about, big bro?
No, Bubba, I think I'm good. Condolences to the Virginia. I know they got to cancel their game. Condolences to that. I haven't said anything on that, but other than that, I mean,
I
talked about it.
I talked about that yesterday, and when I first heard about it, my first thing was those guys were bullying him. That was my first thought. If he used to be on the football team,
yeah.
My first thought was they bullied him because that happens. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It happens.
No,
okay.
100%.
It happens. So
I've been on both sides, but I'm just not being I've been on both sides. Just playing sports, you kind of just get to the point, every once in a while, and then I look back on it and everything. You see what you did wrong. You don't do it again.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't bully people. But so that was my first thought.
100%.
That being is that he got bullied. But then when they found out that he had a gun on campus, but by the time campus police found that and were trying to get investigations, and because you can't just go, oh, he's a black guy with a gun. You can't.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
those days are over with. So you
Mm-hmm.
got to do your due diligence, and by them doing their due diligence, kept this guy with a gun in his hand. And I promise you, there had to be something that triggered him that happened on that field trip, and him having his gun, them not knowing he had his gun, and he took his gun. This
Yeah.
is just me. I think he took his gun, thinking that, okay, yeah, y'all mess with me, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. That's why he took the gun. Because why else would you take it? For his
Yeah.
protection in case they
Unless it
came
was
at
just
it.
premeditated. That
Right.
would be the
And
only thing.
then after that they were messing with him on the deal, and then he just said, trip's over
I've
with.
never. Go ahead.
The trip's over with. He shot one while he was asleep, and shot the other two, and then shot the other two, and then just skipped right off the bus. He was specifically targeting those three guys, those five guys. He was specifically, but those three he specifically were going after because they had bullied him.
Do we know why he was kicked off the team or why he's not on the team?
No, they didn't really get into detail about that.
So
But,
that could be an interesting detail as well.
Yeah, but I don't. Clearly, he wasn't probably good enough, because if he was good enough, they would not have kicked him off. And he stayed in school.
It could have been anything.
And he stayed in school. So the question was he still? How was he paying for his school? How was he?
And
still
when did
in
he
school?
get kicked off the team?
He got kicked off after
I got to read into it a little bit.
2019.
Huh?
I think 2019.
Oh, so it's been a long time.
He's been there. Yeah, he was up there,
Oh,
but he was still around the football program.
Yeah, see, I haven't read enough on it to
I want
talk.
to say 2018 he was on the team, listed on the team, and then wasn't after that. So I want to say 2019, 2020 he was gone, but he was still around and still at school. And but yeah, the way he did it, to me, my first thought was, oh, this guy, they've been picking on him, and he just took a gun saying, yeah, y'all messed with me this weekend.
Yeah.
But the police knew he had a gun, or had heard he had a gun, and they were investigating whether
on
he
site
actually.
They knew.
Well, no. They knew he was on campus with one, and you're not supposed to have one because he told somebody. So they were investigating the fact of whether he did or did not have one. And in the midst of the investigation is when he went on the field trip.
Gotcha.
Because back in the day, 5 years ago or 3 years ago, they'd have heard he had a gun. They'd have busted him right away and went right in there. But in today's culture, in today's
you can't
way,
do that.
you can't just do that anymore. So they have to have all their egg ducks in a row before they go into it. And unfortunately, these three young men lost their lives by them doing their due diligence, which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not okay, but you know what I'm saying? I'd rather them do due diligence than you go out and you continue to beat up and arrest,
cause problems
with
I agree with
African Americans for no reason.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I understand the ramifications of them doing their due diligence, but I prefer to do your due diligence instead of you just coming and beating up. Because when you get pulled over for DWB and a guy's got his hand on his gun, and you're like, whoa, why do you have your hand on your gun? What have I done to make you think that I'm a threat to you to put your hand on a gun? So.
Those times have all changed.
Yeah. So anyway,
for the better.
I'm a little touchy when it comes to stuff like that. So anyway, brother, hey, I appreciate you, and I'll probably see you tonight for a beer or cocktail. Well, actually, I'm still doing. In fact, this is my last day of my meds.
There you go.
So I might or may not have a cocktail.
Well, we'll see.
Don't start being. As long as I'm not
I'll crack one when you walk in.
Hey, as long as I'm not with Mark and Maya, I'll be fine.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers to you. That was my guy Ben Dillman doing his hockey. He's our hockey guy, doing the NHL update and all that. Of course, talking a little NFL tonight, and then we'll talk to Ben again tomorrow for the games upcoming this weekend because he has great insight. So that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Go to YouTube, subscribe, and like. Search the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark. Subscribe, like, hit notification, and you'll be able to catch us every time. And also, as well, after the storm, OKC Thunder. Subscribe, like, notification. Everybody be safe.